Hi, how are you?
Hey Jay, what's going on?
Welcome, CoED editioners. Birds of a feather here.
We
Back with
back,
Eddie B again. We're back again in the saddle. How you
back on
doing?
a good, back on a Victory Tuesday.
Victory Tuesday. Eagles.
LES Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, God,
Okay.
they came out and did their thing.
Okay. Now give me your genuine feeling about the first half versus the second, because trust me, by the second, I was waiting for the shoe to drop. What about you?
Uh, I wasn't waiting for the shoe to drop because my only thing was like, okay, I was like, I wanted to make sure, I just wanted to see the defense keep their foot on the gas, and they did. Because I was like, if they don't, we're gonna have a problem. I mean, because you're not gonna even contain a player like Justin Jefferson for that long. Because you see, he started getting some catches, but it wasn't that. But
Yeah.
that's when they that's when defense started getting a little tired. Like
Right.
they kind of set back a little bit, but they didn't. But they didn't. At the same time. So because I mean they kind of stepped it up a little bit in the second half. They started blitzing. I was like, oh shit.
I was shocked too. That's where I thought it was going to start getting bad.
Yeah, usually when those defenses start to tank, they were like they found some life at the end. So I mean they were energized from that whole like. I mean, hats off to our boy Slay, big play Slay.
Oh, come on. He could have technically had 4 had he really caught every single damn thing that came to him, because you would think
Actually, five. There was like five of
5.
them he
You're
could
right.
have
You're right.
had. Yeah.
The point is what he actually is credit for should be doubled, because I feel like homie was out there the whole
Somebody,
time. Like he was just
somebody
like,
made a
"Oh,
comment. Oh, did you notice that the one he shooed the guy back off because
yes."
he was out there for all those snaps and the guy was coming to replace him. He was like, go back.
Cuz he started to limp. I was worried
Yeah.
too. I said, "All right,
He was like,
Slay,
nah,
sit
go
down."
back. And then he catch an interception on the next play. I was
He
like,
was like
wow.
he's like, "I ain't done yet. Sit down."
Yeah.
All right, so what are your thoughts obviously about the offense? I mean, the first half was like, "Where the fuck did this come from?"
And the offense came out firing. They were like, let's go. They pretty much did what you're supposed to do. You take what they give you. They were giving him
Basically.
across that middle. He kept taking it. Like you stepped up in the pocket and threw those passes too. I was like, wow.
Come
Yeah.
on. Come
So
on.
and
Now,
he ran when he had to, which was good.
yeah, he
You
mixed it
know,
up.
one thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, but he's smart about not taking a big hit. He knows when to get down. He gets down.
Yes.
He doesn't like throw himself. I mean, unless he like when he was stretching out for that touchdown. But
Right, right, right.
yeah, but he puts himself in a position not to get hurt, which is
Or
good.
or a quarterback sneak. I mean, obviously that's the only time he knows to huddle
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Can we please talk about what the hell was with the flags? Like the ineligible stuff down the field. Is
Oh
that something that is
my
truly a O line, or were the refs just tripping? Because I thought they were tripping.
some of it is. There was a couple that were like okay, but there's a few like the ball got out of there. Well, the problem with Jalen holds onto the ball for so long that makes
Okay.
it hard for the offensive line
Okay.
because they got to look if it's not a run play and they step up too far, they can get
Okay.
flagged for it.
Okay.
So or if they don't or they leave before the ball gets thrown. So I mean, there was a couple times like that was the case. There was a couple. I was like, how is he ineligible when downfield when the ball got out of there that fast?
That's
But
why I was confused. I saw a
I don't know.
commenter say that, and I thought they were just being a hater. I was like, what does that have to do with Jalen holding the ball? I thought that was maybe they couldn't hear the count or something, and
Well,
that's why it
that's
says
a
wrong.
timing issue with between him and the line too. I mean,
Okay.
that'll fix itself soon.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a matter of keep keep going with it. I mean, there's times yeah, the linemen they want to run down the field and hit people, so they get a little overzealous. Yeah.
I was thinking that too, because even when Melada got the flag, he even was like, "Ah, bitch."
And
Like he just
there was a couple that were tacky. I was like looking at, I was like, really?
him, Lane, and Sayamalu. And I think Lane got twice, because at least at one point Lane is always going to have a false start or something. But he
Mm-hmm.
usually used to get the ineligible down the field a lot. Actually, no,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, take it back. It was it was the other
it was
guy.
Dickerson. It was
Dickerson.
Dickerson. It was the other side. Yeah.
Dickerson was the one that was a repeat offender. That's right. And Lane
Mm-hmm.
got it. But usually false starts happen, which I understand is a cadence thing
It's a cadence thing. Yeah.
when it's loud. And I don't know if people saw the video where Maylada tried to politely tell the fans to be quiet on third down.
Yeah. He's like, we love it. Could you please be quiet when
Could
we're
you
up
just
there?
please, so we can hear the count, please? And I'm thinking to myself when that happened a couple of times, I said, y'all didn't watch the video, did y'all?
Because he's like,
Y'all were so amped.
I don't want to go to a silent count at home if I don't have to. Which is true. I mean, they don't want to do that, and they don't have
Yeah, yeah. I think
to.
sometimes fans forget that you're home, and sometimes when your offense is on the field, you got to help them out and be because I'm telling you, the flipping before the Eagles game, of course, the Buffalo Bills game was on simultaneously.
Yeah.
Watching some of their play and seeing when because wait, were they in Buffalo? I'm blanking, or were they in Tennessee? I think they were in Tennessee. No,
No, they're in Buffalo.
they were in
I
Buffalo. That's
think.
right. Because,
Yeah.
but the reason why I can't remember too is because they were loud for both sides of the ball. And so then I thought, okay, so Buffalo, luckily, I mean, they killed them. Their game was like 40.
I mean,
Their score is what our score should have been, really, if you really want to think about it. Because
yeah,
we had some flags and some drops. Dallas dropped one,
yeah.
which he got snatched from. It wasn't necessarily a drop. He just got it got snatched as soon as he got to the ground. He didn't have possession. But
But the good thing, even though the score didn't change, the good
right,
thing was that you saw a lot of a lot of long drives, even the ones that didn't come finish.
yeah,
They ate a lot of clock up,
yeah. They
which
didn't do
which
it. They
which
didn't do
which
third
was
and out.
which was good. So even though they didn't get a score, but they still managed the clock time enough
Yeah,
to keep Vikings having a hope to get back into the game. Even when they had that drive, then Eagles killed it with an interception. That was
yeah.
like still was only like what 10 minutes left in the game
You're
at
right.
that point. Yeah, so I mean
They did have long drives because honestly, the only ones who went third and three and out a lot were the Vikings, which is a good
oh
sign on the
yeah,
defense side. So
oh
that
yeah,
was a good sign. Um,
defense came out ready to play.
Defense came out, but see, okay. This is where I was one of those people trash talking Gannon, and I'm probably still going to until like maybe after the bye because I still feel like he's resistant to want to make them fierce in the first half as opposed to the second half. There's something about even though, like you said, this second half it seemed like they actually finally, um, started to blitz more. If not, obviously Avante got a piece of got a pick,
Yeah,
and there was just more pressure. But for
mm-hmm.
you to wait till like literally the last drive to see Josh Sweat get a credible sack, I don't understand that.
No, one of them was taken away because of a penalty too,
Because of the
which is
penalty, that's
stupid.
what I'm saying. Like, so
Yeah,
you got to wait that long to see Josh Sweat, and then even the commentators, Joe Buck said, "I don't know why you're using Hassan Reddick as coverage when he should be
yeah, he should be
as at the
hand on
end."
the ground or standing up at the
Right.
line.
And he kept saying that. So in my head, I'm thinking, Joe knows exactly what the fans been saying, and that's why he kept reiterating it through the program. I just kept saying, he's not just saying that to say it. They're saying
Yeah,
it, and that's why they kept showing Gannon on the sidelines. And it's funny to me how Gannon sometimes looks pissed off, and I'm like, he probably secretly is like, I really hate that I have to do this. I really hate that we're blitzing this much. You know what I mean? Because Schwartz
yeah,
didn't
but
want to
she,
blitz either when he was here. So I'm not
yeah.
understanding that mentality, especially for this team when they got all these defense guys
Oh,
stacked. I mean,
they got some good talent.
right. So why are you going to waste it and put Hassan, especially someone who we've been waiting for from the door when he was coming from Temple and he ended up in AZ? It's like, don't waste a guy that we've been waiting for, especially we always love our local players to show his stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so that kind of
Hmm.
pissed me off. And I think eventually he did get up there, later, but I just
Yeah,
feel like there's this weird
I
battle
think I
of
think
minds,
yeah, and
you know?
I think he'll watch the tape and he'll make that adjustment
I hope so because
because
granted, I don't expect a lot this weekend against Carson and them, but we gotta get Carson at least once or twice. It's not gonna be hard. It's not like he doesn't run into sacks. So
yeah,
it's not like Ginger won't go down at least once or twice by
and
himself.
and the thing with Kirk Cousins, he gets the ball out pretty fast,
He does.
and you
He
saw a
does.
couple times they were this close to getting him.
And
Like there
honestly,
was a
he could have
lot of times like I thought they were gonna hit his arm when the ball was coming out,
right,
and I was
right.
like, and they just missed him. I'm like, oh shit, they almost
That's
got
why I
this
got
guy.
nervous. There were a couple that were very close. Like that's why I say Slay could have had a lot more. There could have been other people who got a piece if they had gotten just the timing right.
Yeah,
But I thought that they were going to come back in the third because I felt like for some weird reason that oh god they're starting to have a series put together. Here they come,
yeah.
and then they didn't score. So I was shocked. I was like okay, that was good to
Oh
see.
wow.
What happened
I got the Phillies game on. The camera, one of the guys took a ball to the head.
on the Phillies or the?
One of the Philadelphia camera guys.
Oh damn,
Yeah, because it was a play.
I didn't know the game started. Now my bad.
Stott was he caught it and spun trying to throw it.
Oh.
He kind of aired it and hit the guy right. right in
Whoops.
his head. Yeah, he drew some blood too. Drew some blood
Ooh.
on him too. Yeah. And those,
Uh-oh.
well, you know how hard those balls are. Those things are fucking hard.
Yeah, coming at you full speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he threw that shit hard too, trying to get Vlad.
Who are they playing now? Who are the Phillies playing now?
Toronto.
Oh, that's right. Are they in Toronto or home?
They're here.
Yeah, they're here. Okay.
Yeah,
So I know
so
Toronto is a pretty decent team. So hopefully they won't lose both games. Because they need some hits now. Like they need to complete another
well,
series.
the funny thing is Toronto has a below 200 batting average against Gibson. So
Oh, okay. So
like
Kyle.
career, yeah, Kyle usually keeps them in check.
All right.
So
Kyle's
even
pitching. Okay,
even
that's
even
good.
even Vlad. I mean, Vlad, Vlad Jr.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is a masher. That motherfucker can hit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I remember his name as soon as you said it. All right, going back
so
to the Eagles now. Question when you saw how the ball was getting what do you call it, spread out. Seeing AJ get a pass, even though he almost got close to a touchdown, but wasn't
yeah,
meant to be. I loved seeing Dallas block, even though Dallas almost could have had a touchdown too. But it's good to see the players that did get the ball. Pretty much everybody can't complain and say they didn't get it because Devonta
yeah.
got plenty of
Well,
catches.
yeah,
It's
and that
just that's the way it happens.
yeah, and that goes back to taking what the defense is giving you.
Right.
The defense is doubling up on AJ, and they're giving you Devonta single coverage by himself. There was a lot of times Devonta was that kid can run a route like nobody's fucking business
He's always there, that's for sure. That's why I say I don't think he's sweating about whether he gets a ball or not
because
as
he
much as
knows it's
people
gonna
say.
happen. Like,
He
yeah,
knows it's gonna happen, right? Because eventually they'll figure him out. And like I agree, and this is what us fans have to realize too, is that every game is different. Like you said, if the defense gives you the point where Devonta is gonna be the man the whole game, that's just how it's gonna go.
yeah, you
You
feed the hot
know?
hand. That's what it is.
And that's what it is. So
Like
last week was AJ's turn. This week it was a collective effort. Most of the time, obviously, Jalen Hurts was in the end zone.
Quez would have top off the
Oh
defense. I was
my,
like,
that
oh my
53 yarder. Come on. I was trying to text you. I said, I don't
god.
think Eddie's near his phone. I kept saying 53 yards. What the fuck?
And it was crazy because when you watch the play, you know, he threw that ball before Quez even made his break.
Yep. Because he
You
had faith.
know,
He knew he was gonna find it.
once he broke it and it was gone, that ball was already on its way.
Yeah.
And it
And
was
it was
right to the
smooth.
spot. Yeah.
It was a smooth delivery, drop in the
Yo,
bucket. And Quez is
hey,
always turning around at the right time. Like he
and, I,
just knows where the
and,
ball is.
and,
That's what I
and,
love
and,
about him.
and I'm gonna say this, like,
Mm,
hey, Hurts, whatever they did with him in the offseason,
worked.
working on his technique and everything,
Yeah.
it worked because he's seeing the field 10 times better than he's
Way
ever
better.
had.
Yeah.
He's seeing the
I
field. He's getting the ball. He's throwing the shit on a rope too. I mean, that's tight. He's throwing a tight ball.
Come on, he's getting confident when literally he only had maybe 5 incompletions the whole
And that's
game.
confidence. He was threading that shit in between defenders. I'm like,
There were times
okay,
there were close balls that I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. There were a couple times I thought it was gonna be just a straight up pick. And the only
yeah,
time
but
they
it
got that
just
pick was because it got lost in traffic. Somebody
yeah,
tipped
and it got tipped by
it got tipped, and that's the
Gainwell.
only
Yeah,
reason why. Yeah. But
yep.
it wasn't like a blatant,
That was a dumb
pick in
play
the
though.
end
I,
zone.
I hate that play. I hate when teams run that play when they
Yeah.
do like that short throw in the
They're
traffic
like, oh, go
and
fish.
it's right in the traffic. Because if anybody's watching, they can fucking fuck that up. So
That's when they throw those throwaway plays they throw in there. Because there was actually one time where he ran and then I think he even went in the circle and then just dropped. And I said, what the fuck is he doing? There was a couple
because
times I'm like, Jalen's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna lay down
yeah,
right now. There
because
were a
even
couple times I'm like, give
the
him a
Vikings
break.
tried that too. Tried that play
Yes,
a couple
yes.
times, and the linebackers blew that shit up.
Let me just
Like
tell you the tweets that were cracking me up the most were when Miles went backwards and someone said, "Is Miles starting to turn into Rieger? Why is he going backwards?" Because I think
yeah,
Miles had a run where he kind of like I don't know if he
yeah,
just got ahead of himself and then forgot where the marker was, but
yeah,
he did go backwards. But it didn't happen again. But
yeah. It
there was
did
a
not.
reason why for a while Boston was in there for a couple more reps and then Gainwell, and then they went back to Miles because
He's probably
sometimes I
tired.
do
They
think
ran they
Miles.
ran him
That's what I'm
17
thinking.
times. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Someone's going take him out. He needs to rest because I don't want
yeah.
him talking
Hey,
about his
you know
hammy
what?
tomorrow.
You know what he did? Hey, that's the perfect amount of carries for him.
Someone just said on the radio too. Yeah, 15,
17,
15
15, 15,
between
17.
20 max is enough for
That's
Miles before
perfect.
you worry about him.
You don't need to run him 30 times.
Right, right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Because every after that you start thinking too much and then you get sloppy and then you could fumble.
yeah,
Yeah.
because face it, like the day of like a back getting 30 plus, not every back is built that way either. That time is
No,
over. That time's
no,
over. That's why you
no.
don't draft a running back in the first round anymore. There's no guys. You don't do that, like, because you can get a guy. Okay, I got his run back by committee. Okay, I got the backup. Let the backup come in. Let the other guy come in. So you
Yeah,
that way your running back lasts the whole damn season. So
yeah, and you keep his knees because
and
we all know we don't have Westbrooks and Falks and guys Torrey
well,
Holt's anymore. Like it's just a new generation where it's like you got to save their hammies, you got to save their stamina because
yeah.
they're going to really need it in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I agree that by committee is great. But I do wish we still kind of had a back like Westbrook in the sense that I mean Westbrook could fly and invent himself and stutter step and do all that like he was shifty, just like Shady.
Yeah.
There's points there's things that Miles drives me crazy with, but I think he's even caught up with. That's why I think he's also putting a lot of pressure on himself this year. Plus it's his end of his rookie year. Rookie deal. I think that he really wants to show that he can be diverse. I think he still needs to work on being consistent up the middle as opposed to on outs.
No,
Um,
but you know what? He's
when he
been
bust
showing.
tackles, he can run like a track star though when he wants
He's
to.
he, he's
So,
showing his patience this year,
well, he has no
which is
choice because
good.
I
And he's
mean,
and he's
yeah,
not he's not dancing around. He's
right.
he's letting the things unfold. He's like, okay, I'm gonna hit the hole. This hole not there. I'm gonna move slide to the other one.
Yeah, you gotta humble
You
them.
know.
Some guys are so on fire with their personality that they're not thinking about the actual technique. And I think the thing with Miles is if you really want to stay at Eagle, you got to work with your coaches, even though you may feel like they're trying to slow you down or mess up your whole flow, and they're not. They're just trying to get you to learn a proper technique to save yourself, especially because we know he's had injury issues in the past, and we want to keep him. If he's going to
Mm-hmm.
be the number one running back. But yeah, I mean, gone are the days of Steven Jackson, dudes that look like Hulks that could run and be a
Mm-hmm.
bowling ball. But if there's someone I always appreciate when they do put him in as Boston Scott because I love when Boston Scott comes out of nowhere and just literally like a human bowling ball. He just
Yeah, you
literally
can't you
wow.
can't see that little motherfucker behind the
You
offensive
can't.
line.
You can't until you see the back of his number and then you're like, oh, I guess Boston's in. Like, god dang, where
Yeah,
did he
like, and
come
how do
from?
you think it looks to the defense when they hand the
Right,
ball to him? Where is he coming from? Because I can't see him
right,
from
right,
behind.
right.
Which
He
hole is
literally
he
goes
in?
under folks until he's down, and then you're like, oh, I guess they switched, and
Like,
and
he's like,
I think Gainwell is good in short yardage if you want to get closer to the end zone. I think that's where Gainwell, unless he's in space, and
yeah.
then he's helpful. But I think Gainwell helps when you want to get that short yardage. But let's talk about before I wrap too, how much Jalen fought for those touchdowns where he was covered. Because how many times have you seen guys that just kind of lay down? Jalen was
Mm-hmm.
about to get every freaking inch before he laid down, and he
Oh
made sure
yeah.
that one touchdown his legs did not touch. Like he
He
stretched
like he
out and
jumped. Yeah,
landed
stretched
right.
out. Yeah.
I loved it because to me, I even tweeted, I said, that's the type of touchdown that teaches you to never give up because
Mm-hmm.
you got three mother fathers on you and he's still like, nope, nope, nope. I'm getting there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting there. Because everybody, even like Dallas got on him on the outside, are like, is he gonna, hey, like they didn't know he was gonna push himself further, and he did. He did it
and it,
twice.
and there was that one with Malu actually pushed him, like kind
Right.
of like picked him up a little bit, pushed him.
Literally was like, come on.
Yeah, let's
you
go.
know? Yeah, that was the one where he did the gritty dance. But I mean, and I don't even think that was a gritty, tell you the truth. I just think he just did his own thing. But I just feel like holding Justin Jefferson to no
Oh, that
excuse
was
to
freaking
do in the
great.
end zone. That's to me where the defense really showed up last night because that was your main target.
Yeah.
Um, Harrison Smith wasn't a factor. Obviously, a lot of people are saying on Twitter he needs to retire. Um, you know, none of the guys that were
Yeah.
supposed threats after that one touchdown they got, which almost would have been sweet, as many people were saying, if we could have did a 38-7 all over again, it would have been great.
Yeah.
They had a chance. They had a chance, but whatever. The
How
point is we
about
held them to one touchdown.
how about the long snapper, the placeholder running down, dude, saving the
Yes, when the
touchdown? I was
fumble,
like,
Sippos or whatever, they
yeah,
said, I'm
Sippos,
mad that my
Sippos
punter
was
outran the
Sippos was
running
like,
back.
nah, G, I'm getting you.
They said, get you a punter that can chase down the runner.
Yo, that's exactly what he did. That was crazy.
I was impressed. I mean, he outran what's his name? Who's our kicker's name? I forgot his name already. It's a damn shame.
Elliot.
Oh God. Here we
Yeah,
go again
well,
with names. We getting old.
what are you talking about? Well, Elliot was the kick
Elliot, yeah.
was
That
the
the
kicker.
fact
Yeah.
that when they were all running,
Well,
Sipples was like,
Elliot's
nope, nope,
yeah. So it
I
was
got him.
like I got him. Move.
I got him. Yeah, that was funny though. That moment was like, where the hell did that come from? Like he was just
Hey,
about to
hey,
hit.
look, he saved a touchdown. So
He did. But the fact that Patrick Peterson created that whole mess, I was like, damn. I was kind of hoping we had gotten Patrick Peterson a long time ago when he was in AZ, but oh well.
Yeah.
I guess he's on his last year with that team because that team ain't going nowhere. So all in all, I'm very impressed. I told you even on the last pod that I was more worried about this game simply because I didn't trust that the defense could rebound from kind of how they kind of let everything fall apart last week. This week, this was obviously very impressive, but they got a short week. So now I just want to see, are they going to um do a lot more prevent defense, like kind of sleeping on the commanders, or are they going to go full tilt, most of the game again? Because I think Gannon's whole thing about prevent defense and all, and just kind of chilling is because he may underestimate the opponent, and we all kind of probably are walking in or thinking that they're going to go to Washington and just kill them, but they may not, because sometimes
Well,
Washington can be quick with
you
us.
can't sleep on division games. I mean,
No, hell no.
it's just how it is.
I mean, when we play the Giants, it's going to be on because look at them; they're 2-0 now too. So anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we are the same record as the Giants and Dallas is 1-1 is some crazy ass shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Dak could be back next month, but is it going to really matter by then?
But
Because
I think that we're going to take this game in Washington.
yeah,
And I know me saying this, but I think we may lose the one when they come here.
when Washington comes,
Yeah. I just think that something like that's how it happens sometimes with them.
sometimes yeah they split with. It's always with division that they split a lot, and
Yeah.
I,
So
I feel, which makes sense. Well, duh, because they play them all twice. But I just feel like, yeah, I can see that happen. I can see them coming here and them winning that game, because by that time, I don't think it's going to matter as much. Maybe
mm,
so they may not even play Jalen that long. They may decide to like cut him down, because they may already have it the division by then. I don't know. I have to relook at the schedule, but I do feel like there's going to be that with, except for with Dallas. I have a weird feeling this year we might actually sweep Dallas, and I have no idea why. That would be the best thing in the world, but I just feel like we can
I
beat
would
them.
love it. I would love
It's time
it.
we do. We haven't swept them in so long. We used to own their asses for a while, and just all of a
hmm
sudden they just started getting real cocky. And but I just feel like they have too many hurt people, and I still don't feel like that. I still don't feel like their whole coaching staff understands them, like how to play this team, because it seems like they're just barely winning games and or losing ones that they should have. Like I would not be shocked if they lose to Giants this weekend. Now
That'd
I'm
be
gonna be
crazy.
away. Yeah, they'll be amazing. Trust me, like I'll be away, but I'll try to find. I'm sure I'm gonna find an excuse somewhere to watch something or keep on track on my phone. But I just would not be shocked if Dallas beated them.
I'll shoot you updates. Okay. So
I'm sure you will, and if not, I'll be asking you because at some point, if I'm not on the beach or chilling, or if I'm near a TV, I will be watching a game. But all that to say, the thing I'm learning too about this season is that every game, every week is going to be different. And I always feel like when you have seasons like this, you kind of can't assume every game is going to be this and that, because it just never works out that way.
yeah.
You're just more eager to see more growth. And even though I still had kind of my critiques, especially after all some of the dumb penalties last night that annoyed me, I thought to myself,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? The fact that they know that those issues can be fixed is even better than having some refs that just didn't know what the freak they were doing. Like I feel like even the refs in the Buffalo game were like throwing flags to throw flags. Like I'm like, what is wrong with y'all tonight?
Oh
Like y'all
yeah.
are just. I felt like half the plays I saw, the little bit I saw of the Buffalo game, I was like, yo, really?
Yeah. Like
But
even there was like that one pass interference against Devonta
yeah, that
that
was just crap.
and Joe
Yeah,
Buck even Joe Buck was like
Joe Buck was like, that's not what he did.
he's like that's not a penalty if he didn't initiate contact. The guy ran into
Right,
him.
right.
He's
Yeah,
like if he initiates contact, that's a penalty. He's like he was actually trying to avoid him,
I
and
cracked up because he's
he was
pointing
like
that out.
how is that a penalty? I'm like
He pointed that out.
much as sometimes I hate Joe Buck, he's actually
Yeah,
he
he's
only
a good
see
analyst.
he's only starting to grow on me because he's actually seems like he's learned more about the game.
And also, too,
Because
he don't
remember,
seem
he's a
like he's
baseball
biased.
guy. Remember, he's
He's
a
a
baseball
baseball
guy.
guy, right,
Yeah,
right. But he
but
didn't seem as biased.
he got rid of that bias shit that he used to do all the
He
time.
used to do all the time. Like, I mean, there's no way you can sit there and watch a Cowboy game now and lie and say they're still being great when they clearly look like shit. You know what I mean? I don't think any analyst can lie anymore, because even they were like
I'm just
had
curious
no
who's
faith in
gonna.
Dallas.
I wonder who's gonna that one. Like who's if they're him and
Yeah, who
Troy if
gets
they're
that
gonna be on that
game?
one.
Watch it be Sanchez. If they give Sanchez that game, I said that ratings are gonna drop so bad. Because
Oh
even I
God.
said the few times I've seen him, I'm like, yeah, you're not a good analyst, boo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's,
No,
he's
I've never even seen Sanchez, so
I've listened to some because he did our one game, I forget last year, and
I don't
everybody
even
was tearing
remember.
him a new one. Exactly. That's how forgettable it was. But there were just certain things he was saying that were like, why are you recapping like most people do, like old
Mhm.
Philadelphia history that no one gives a
Yeah,
shit
like
about?
nobody cares about.
And then you just saying the wrong details, like somebody from like even on that bucket show, like every now and then Zach will say something about Philly sports, and I'll be like, "That's so off, Zach," but
Yeah,
whatever. You're lucky you're cute, because other than that, I'd be like, "Fuck you."
I mean,
But
I like when Romo does it. I mean,
yeah, yeah, Romo's allowed to because we've already traumatized him, so he's allowed to have
yeah,
any kind of bias against us. We've treated him like shit and embarrassed him many times.
I just
He's
like
done
the
it
fact that
himself.
he's calmed down a little bit. Remember when he first started commentating, he was like just talking a lot, like, just
He was
saying
talking
stuff all
really fast. He was
way,
predicting
way
the
and way too
play.
much, way too
He was
much.
he was predicting the play before it happened, which we hated because we'd be like, "Yo, let it develop." Because
Let
he
it
would be saying,
unfold. Yeah,
he would be saying, "Oh, this is gonna be a such and such, such and such," and then you see people on Twitter
like
like,
Romo,
"Yo,
shut
shut
the
the
fuck
fuck
up.
up," because if he like
Yeah,
let the play develop, he already sees it as a quarterback what's gonna happen. We're like, we didn't see anything.
like I want to watch this shit too.
Exactly. I
Like,
might as well turn off the damn game because you're gonna tell me everything. But oh
yeah.
yeah, what else did I have to say? There was one more thing about the game I was gonna tell you. Damn, I hate when I forget because I'm gonna remember it as soon as I sign off. But yeah, whatever. I'll remember it later. I'll probably text it to you. But I'm all in all, that game had me. I was dealing with my after effects because I got my second booster because I was like, I ain't going to Miami without some extra protection. Because I know
Uh, shit,
Florida don't give a shit.
I don't blame you.
You know what I mean? So I had the worst headache that wouldn't go away. I literally felt like my head
Oh
was a
shoot, I had
boulder.
the same thing.
I felt hot, cold, hot, cold. I didn't have the chills, but I was like
Nah, I
every
never
now
got
and
chills. I was
then
sleepy as fuck though.
sleepy. I was dizzy. I had to send an email to my team because they want you to actually acknowledge, that you're not gonna be online, so no one's like looking for you.
Mm.
And I swear, half the time I'm sitting there just staring at the screen, like,
You're
like
just like,
your eyes glaze over. You're just like, I don't even know what I'm supposed
like
to be doing.
like somebody hypnotized you and shit.
Right, because you're just not right. And then I was always dizzy. Like I felt like even when I was going up the steps, I was like, I was so not right. But this morning, as soon as I woke up and I started laughing at I listen to Jonesy in the morning now on the Odyssey app because she's back
Mm.
on New York radio with the our old school like 90s 2000 pop hip hop R&B, and she had been telling so many random stories. I knew I was back to normal because I was laughing in the bed, cracking up at her at like 7:30 in the morning and in my bed dying because she's telling some crazy stories. But yeah, anyway, I can't remember what I was going to say about the game, but the game was great. I know it, like I said, it took away my headache. I was so happy. I didn't stay to watch the post game because honestly, I'm not a fan of the new mix of people on the post game. I'm sorry.
Mm.
On NBC Philadelphia. I went right online to Seth and Mike Misnelli and Devin and Derek Gunn
Mm.
on the Jack Hip. I don't know how to pronounce that, Jack Hip Media, whatever channel. And
Oh,
I was
that's where Mike Misnelli is
that's
now.
where Mike Misnelli is now with
Oh,
Seth
okay.
with Seth Joyner. And Seth Joyner is actually cracked me up because he was being nice about Gannon for once because he's the first one to rip a
Oh,
new
he will
one
criticize the fuck out.
the fuck out of a defense when they messed up. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, I go there for him and for Mike because
Mm.
they pretty much are each other's like kind of nemesis, but not really. Like they can understand each other, but I like that they're both like not afraid to tell the truth. And then every now and then they talk to Lane Johnson while he's like I guess through FaceTime or whatever
Mm.
before they take off on the bus or whatever. So yeah, I watch that now, and then Devin is nice little eye candy for those, but she's also funny. I like her on social media. She's very funny. She does a lot of those lip sync TikTok videos, and she's like mocking and stuff. And the one she did because we all loved when after Jalen threw that 53 yarder, how he did that homeboy pose.
Oh
It was
yeah.
kind of just
Yeah.
like
And just stood there. Yeah.
I just stood there and I just said, that is the don't play with me stance, is what I put on Twitter. That's like, stop playing with me, man. Because that's the stuff that Lamar's probably gonna be doing that all freaking year because we know Lamar is good and they ain't gonna pay him. But that's the kind of F you pay me stance that you have after you threw a bomb to somebody and was like, I've been told y'all, stop playing with me. So but anyway, All right. Well, this edition of Birds of a Feather, co-ed edition, like I said, I wanted to catch up with my co-ed before I enjoy my birthday week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I will be 44. Well, my mom says I'm not my age till 6:31 tomorrow's evening. So technically I won't be 44 until 6:31.
Well, I'm saying
So
happy birthday now. I'll say
thank
it
you.
tomorrow.
So we
So
can have it on record that Eddie didn't forget. Although I know you wouldn't anyway, because I'm not on Facebook that much anymore. I'm getting ready. I'm deleting my page because I'm tired of Facebook,
uh,
and I'm just staying to my Twitter and my Instagram and TikTok. So holla at me if you want us to talk to me there. But we'll talk. We'll talk before then, Ed.
yeah.
I'm going to turn on the game because I see you are distracted.
It's not so good right now. So
Well,
don't
I
don't
didn't think it would be, but hopefully they'll pull back because I'll turn it on as I get my laundry together. But I will holler at you. I'm going to go work out anyway and bust some calories.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Fly Eagles Fly. Thanks
Fly
for
Eagles
joining the
fly.
Poet Edition. And holla at Eddie and me on social media. I'll put that in the bio if you don't know already. And talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye.
Later.